Hey everyone, it's Anik again and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an introduction to a Pan Those Eyeshadows project. I know that I said I wasn't going to do this, but I've been missing doing it. I know I did a whole 18 months worth of Pan Those Eyeshadows or eyeshadow roulette, however you want to phrase it, but I really miss it. I've just been having this urge to just randomly select eyeshadows. So I'm going to do this project. I'm not going to do a whole continuous one. I'm going to end it in December and perhaps start a new one because I have been craving doing this project. So it's going to be a little different. I did 6 eyeshadows last time. For the last year and a half I've been doing 6 eyeshadows. But because I'm doing a pan palette as well, I'm going to do 4, maybe 5. I think I'm gonna do 5. I know it's only one less, but I feel like that does make the difference. So I'm gonna do 5. Like I said, I just really been missing doing this project. It's only been 2 months into the year, so it's gonna be a 10-month Pan Those Eyeshadows rather than an 18-month. In addition to my 8 by Summer and my Pan that palette. So I think doing 5 shadows instead of 6 might fare a little bit better for me. Also, I might fit all the swatches on one hand because that was such a problem for me before. I'd always have to swatch and then do one across the top because my fingers are fat, I guess. But 5 should fit on my hand perfectly. So we are going to do 5 and I am going to roll those. All the components have been added to the Pretty Random app. I have 440 shadows currently. That is more than I had last time, I know, but I've also removed quite a bit of eyeshadows as well. And I was gifted a couple for the holidays from friends and family. So, and I also bought some. It's fine. It's fine. I did remove my Soft Glam eyeshadows from the list from my Excel sheet because they're currently in a project and I just wanted to make sure those are separate. But I'm going to roll from the 440 that I still have in my collection. That's not Soft Glam. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just hit randomize 5 times on the Pretty Random app. Write down those numbers and then consult my Excel sheet so we can see what those shadows are. If it happens that that shadow already has panned, because I did not remove any of the shadows that I'd previously panned, just because I want them all in the Excel sheet together. I know some people separate them. I'm not those people. We'll just roll again to see what shadow we can. So I just hopped over to my Excel sheet and we're going to scroll up. I'm going to start at the highest number and then just kind of work my way up since I'm at the bottom of the list at 440, and we'll just scroll up to 348. So 348 comes from the Blue Blood palette. I did not purchase this palette. This palette was gifted to me from a girlfriend who was decluttering her collection, and the shade Power is this one right here. I've only played with this twice, but this is a very pretty kind of navy-ish blue. It's a little bit more muted. I feel more a gray toned blue, which is really pretty. So 264 comes from the Tarte Holiday palette. It is the shade Sassy and Brassy, which is this one right here. This palette is pretty cool. It comes in 4 mini palettes that you can kind of take apart and bring as a travel palette, which I thought was really fun, a neat idea. But this is what that shade looks like, and those look really nice. Okay, and the shade 161 is from the Makeup Revolution Integrity palette, their Wild Animal palette. let me grab that one really quick. So this is the Integrity Wild Animal palette. I loved that it was zebra print and it had like royal blue along the sides of the palette. This one did not come with any shade names, so I did sort of a grid. So you open it, it's row A, B, and C, and then I just did the numbers across. And the shadow that I wrote, the shadow that was rolled in is C6, which is this one. Ugh. I did not want to have another black in any projects because I feel it's going to be hard enough to fully pan the one for my soft glam. But this one, the pans are pretty thin, so I feel like I might be able to hit pan fairly easy, especially if I do the same kind of thing. Oh, and this one is not as deep as the black, which sounds weird. It's a softer black. So to get that really deep color, I might have to use more, which is good news for me because that means I can hit pan really quickly in this and then hop back over to my soft glam palette. So scrolling up from 161, we come to 120, which is the shade Queen from the BH Cosmetics Love in London palette. This is one of my favorite palettes. It's so inexpensive. I believe I paid like $16 for it, maybe even less, because I'm pretty sure I grabbed it on a sale. But it's so cute. I wore this to like every wedding that I went to in 2018. But the shade that we are using is this one right here, Queen. These shimmers are so soft, so pigmented, so beautiful. Oh, I love this. I love having an excuse to reach for this palette again. So pretty. Just look. Alright, and our last shadow comes from the Too Faced Natural Matte palette. I wore this on my wedding day. This was my makeup palette for my wedding day. Held a special place in my heart. I love, it sounds weird, but I love the weight of this palette. Like the mirror just holds so much weight. It feels comfortable in your hands. So I've used this before just to like apply all my makeup. But the shadow that we are using this time around, you can see there's a couple pans. These pans are really like deep actually, but it's a hookup, right? My mother-in-law gifted this to me in my bridal shower, so it was for sure the palette I was wearing on my wedding day, and I have some really cute pictures of me like getting ready with this palette. But that is the shade Hookup. So this is my color story for this first go around. I actually really like this. I think it's a good color story. I think they work well together. I am a little nervous about having another black in another project to hit pan on. This one doesn't seem as pigmented as the one from the Soft Glam palette, so I might be able to just kind of pack it on and hit pan, because I know the pans in the Integrity palette are a little bit thinner. I have panned another shadow in that palette, so like I know the pans are a little bit on the thin side, so I might be able to quickly pan that if I just kind of focus in on a liner like I've done with the one from Soft Glam, from Noir from Soft Glam. The other shadow I'm a little bit worried about because it's very new. A friend gifted me this palette and she hadn't really used it. She kind of swatched a couple of the shades, and when she was decluttering, she was like, hey, pretty much new, do you want it? And I was like, sure. Is this one from the Blue Blood palette. It has no progress. The first progress is me swatching it just now, and I'm a little worried because those pans are notoriously thicker pans. I've panned like 5 shadows from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and they are very pigmented shades, and they're very densely compacted in those pans. So I'm a little worried about that, but I love blues, so I might be able to just dig away at that shadow. So we shall see what next month has in store for us, and see what kind of updates we have. But I am really excited to be starting this project again. I had so much fun doing it last year, and half of the year before. Right, so that's going to be it for me for this intro. Let me know in the comments what you think about this color story, and I will see everyone next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.